Welcome. My name's Jane from Jane Antonovich Designs. I'm so glad you're here with me today. So last week we took a very close look at the entryway of the gas station renovation. And today I wanted to invite you into our living space so that you could really see how we put together all of the things we needed in our main living space. So as you know, this is a small home. I don't know if we would consider it a tiny home. Because it's around 1,000 square feet, but we have needed to really think through how to get the function of everything we needed into a smaller space. So let's come on in and I'll show you around. So this space is mainly the living area, the dining area, and the kitchen. It's a very small space, but it's also very tall. And one way that we were able to make this room feel cozy and comfortable was by putting this gorgeous light in the ceiling to be able to pull the energy down and ground it in the center of the room. So that's a one big feng shui thing right from the start. That really had to happen, and that light is probably, I think it's around 36 inches diameter, so it's nice and big. Some people probably would say it was too big, but not for this space. It really makes it feel great in here. So we've got the kitchen, and we've got the living area, and we've got the dining area, but they all double and are useful for other functions. Another thing about feng shui is one important way really to get the energy feeling good in a space, in any space, not just this space, is to put things together that are yin and yang, really balance the energy. And there's lots of examples of that in this space. Sort of like when that dissonant chord resolves into the beautiful melody, or when you put rap and history together and you get that gorgeous musical called Hamilton. There's some of those elements in this space that I really want to point out to you, and this is where I think you're going to really be able to see how it works. So just by looking at the kitchen, you can see a close-up perhaps of this tile that's a Zalige Moroccan ceramic tile, very handmade. The edges are chipped. It looks old. It's a very wabi-sabi kind of tile. It's not perfect. And it's paired with this very contemporary style painted cabinet. So those two things, they're buzzing together, the old and the new. The lighter countertop with the darker peninsula top, dark and light. We've got an older table, older dining table, one of those old oak tables that, gosh, so many people have stuck in their basement under the stairs, along with these very sleek dining chairs, very modern, very contemporary, and very comfortable too. So, but they tuck in nicely, and this is another old and new kind of combination. We've got some colors that people might not exactly choose to put together. This old vintage pink with the sort of yellowy green olive color coming together to make that dissonant feeling that actually causes excitement and raises the energy. The sleek style of the sofa along with the very old antique oriental rug. A more traditional type little swivel chair with the modern fabric, and even the art. So I hung all of this art, obviously I had help, but I hung all of this little-ish pieces of art on this great big wall to give a huge, huge hit of energy, using the very geometric pieces, the bigger pieces with the geometrics, the mirrors, and then the much softer art with the curves and soft feelings of the smaller pieces. So together, they create much more than just each individual piece, so put together. And that's how this room feels to me too, that it's not just the little living area and it's not just the little dining area or the kitchen, but all together it's one really well thought out living space. So here's what happens with the chairs. They come around and create this campfire effect. So the living room makes a circle. Layout in feng shui is very important, and We've got the couch right here in the power position. When you're sitting on the couch, you've got the view of the whole place. Your back is up against the wall. You can see outside and whoever's coming up the steps, and you're in an amazing, powerful position there. And the little swivel chair kind of rounds it out, and then these dining chairs do too. So they create this nice little campfire effect where you can really connect, you can talk, you can be with people, and have a lot of fun that way. So pay attention to that in your own spaces. If your furniture isn't talking to each other, then obviously the people who are sitting in the furniture aren't going to be talking to each other either. So that's something to consider. We do have a very sweet little electric fireplace. Since we've got full solar panels on the roof, we decided to splurge a little bit with some electrical things. So that's been a lot of fun to turn on, especially now that the days are getting a little chillier. The TV's there and just out of the way. We decided not to tuck it into a cupboard or anything, but it does pull out on an arm and swivels and tilts and does all the tricks. So that's a lot of fun. In the evening, Bob and I are always snuggled up on that blue sofa watching a movie or something. So thanks so much for joining me today. And next week, I can't wait to take you into the office and show you that Swiss Army knife of a room, how everything all fits together and works beautifully for us too. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time.